Keep away. Hiss! Keep away. This is my nest. Back off. Hiss! Leave now. Get out of here.
Long before a family exists, every successful breeding season begins with choosing the perfect place to build.
Every strand must be strong enough to support a home that will soon hang high above the water.
The very first knot is the foundation upon which every future strand will depend. Unlike human builders, this tiny engineer works almost entirely with instinct, patience, and an extraordinary beak.
Every movement has a purpose, transforming loose blades of grass into a structure strong enough to survive wind and rain.
Construction never follows a single trip. Hundreds of carefully chosen fibers will eventually become one remarkable nest. Strength comes not from a single strand, but from hundreds working together. With the foundation complete, the future home slowly begins taking shape beneath the branch. Each new strand strengthens not only the nest, but the male's chance of attracting a future mate. Precision matters. A single weak weave could eventually threaten an entire family. Construction advances through patience rather than speed, with hundreds of careful journeys hidden inside every finished nest.
Before investing more effort, the builder tests whether his growing home can already withstand the forces of nature.
Even the entrance follows a careful design, balancing protection with accessibility. Perfection is achieved through constant refinement, rather than a single burst of effort.
The masterpiece is finally complete, but its true purpose will only be fulfilled if it earns the approval of a discerning female. The builder's work is now placed before the only judge that truly matters.
Appearance alone is never enough. Every weave must withstand careful inspection. Strength is measured not by stillness, but by how gracefully the nest responds to movement.
Only after passing every test does the nest reveal its most important space, the chamber that may soon protect the next generation.
Comfort is just as important as strength when a future family will spend weeks inside these woven walls.
Even after completion, a skilled builder is willing to improve his work. Small refinements can make the difference between rejection and acceptance. Her calm behavior reveals what words never could. The nest has earned her approval. With a mate secured, protecting the nesting territory becomes just as important as building the nest itself. Before eggs are laid, the female conserves energy while her partner helps support the demanding days ahead.
The careful work of hundreds of woven strands now protects two fragile lives.
Successful incubation depends on teamwork, with each parent quietly fulfilling a different role.
The nest is more than beautiful craftsmanship. It is a carefully engineered shelter built to endure changing weather.
Each gentle turn helps ensure healthy development, bringing the next generation one day closer to hatching. Every quiet movement inside the nest helps prepare two tiny lives for the moment they finally emerge.
Even while the eggs remain hidden, the parent's workload continues without pause. Inside the shell, new life slowly gathers strength beyond the reach of human eyes. After weeks of patient waiting, the first signs of hatching finally appear.
The tiny hatchling enters a world where every moment will depend on the care of its parents.
Removing the broken shells keeps the nest cleaner and helps reduce signs that might attract unwanted visitors.
The first meal marks the beginning of an intense feeding routine that will continue from sunrise to sunset. Warmth is just as essential as food during the earliest and most vulnerable days of life.
Every feeding is carefully shared, giving each growing chick an equal chance to survive.
Raising 2 hungry chicks means every daylight hour is spent searching for food.
Careful housekeeping helps keep the nest healthy while reducing scents that could attract predators.
Within only a few days, constant nourishment begins transforming helpless hatchlings into growing nestlings. The woven nest and attentive parents work together to shield the young from both weather and danger. Their growing strength is matched by an even greater appetite.
The nest's carefully chosen location makes reaching it far more difficult for many predators.
The most fragile days have passed, but the young weavers still have much to learn before they can leave the safety of their woven home.
The once helpless hatchlings are rapidly becoming young birds, their bodies changing almost every day. For the first time, the young weaver catches a glimpse of the world waiting beyond the woven walls. Flight begins long before leaving the nest, with countless practice movements hidden from view. Growing feathers demand enormous amounts of energy, keeping both parents busy from dawn until dusk. Parental care is shared, with each adult ready to replace the other whenever needed.
The nest has become more than a shelter. It is now a nursery, preparing 2 young lives for the challenges that lie beyond its woven walls.
For the first time, the young bird stands between the safety of its nest and the unknown world beyond.
Every small success is followed by hesitation, a natural part of learning to fly.
The parents can only demonstrate. The decision to fly belongs entirely to the young birds.
The first flight lasts only moments, yet it marks the greatest step of the bird's young life.
Although they can now fly, the young weavers still depend on their parents for guidance and food.
With every confident landing, the woven nest becomes less a home and more a memory of where their remarkable journey began.
Flying is only the beginning. Finding enough food is the true challenge of independence. The first successful hunt marks an important turning point from dependence towards self-reliance. Learning through repeated failure is a natural part of every young bird's development. Daily practice gradually transforms uncertain juveniles into capable young weavers. The old nest has fulfilled its purpose, serving now as a reminder of where their journey began. Independence arrives gradually, measured not by age alone, but by growing skill and confidence. The next generation now carries forward the remarkable instincts that shaped every stage of this breeding season.
From a single woven strand to confident young birds exploring the African woodland, the spectacled weaver's masterpiece